I want to talk about the role of the association or the nonprofit president or executive director,
Mm,
because something that I've started to notice on the corporate sponsor side, so the corporations that my clients are talking to or I'm talking to on their behalf,
mhm.
they they're fine in a business development person initiating the conversation, but more so than ever, they really want to meet the big cheese
Mhm.
and talk to the big cheese behind the organization. So when that happens, that's a whole new role that if you're an executive director or a president that's very operations focused or finance focused, that's new for you.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to check in with you. I'm doing a lot more coaching and working with executive directors and presidents around this specific part. Are you seeing that as well?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I think the bigger the dollar, the more it should be part of the strategy
Yes.
to include
Yes.
that step at some
Yes.
point and leverage that as a way to level up, with
Yeah.
both organizations.
Yeah.
If something's going in the right direction, like, let's make that part of this process. Is,
Yeah.
"Hey, if you and I think this is something we need to do, how about this next meeting, you bring
Yeah.
your top person, I'll bring mine, and let's
Yeah.
give them a chance to make sure that their priorities are aligning." I think I think a lot of times too, salespeople feel like they're failing if they have to bring their boss into the sales
Ooh,
process. And
oh,
I
that's a
and I
really
think
good point.
I don't think that's failure at all. I think, well, it can
No.
be if you're doing it because you're afraid to do
Yeah.
things, then yes, but it can really be a critical way to move a deal forward by leveraging your senior exec to be part of a conversation.
Oh, that is a golden nugget. So that's so true because think about it, as an association or a nonprofit, although some components can be a little more transactional, like we talked about earlier with events or things online, what have you, the goal is really long-term corporate partners or sponsors, right?
Yes. Yes.
So in order to think long game, you've got to insert higher level executives into your process because for the
Absolutely.
sponsor to think long game with you, they need to see more than just the bullet points of what am I going to get out of this specific transaction or sponsorship. They want to learn more about your ins and outs. How could thought leadership be put into play? How can they help you engage your members? What have you? So yeah, I think
Oh,
that's perfect that you mentioned that.
you're so I think you've taken an extra step further because the more that the long-term strategies of both the sponsor and the association are known to each other,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
better able they are to collaborate, right? If
Yes.
if you're a sponsor and the association has a new program on the horizon or a new
Yeah,
priority coming up for next year, that you can help support because that's going to help you and help the organization, right? If you don't know that, if it's always just the more junior people talking to each other,
yeah,
so
yeah,
opportunities
exactly.
can get missed, not because anyone's doing a bad job. It's just certain conversations happen at different levels in an organization.
Yeah,
And if you
yeah.
want those long-term partnerships, then the people at the top need to feel like it's really a partnership.